everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dad Can Cook, Season 3, okay? Listen, tomorrow's my wife Jen's birthday, and I'm making a birthday dinner for 7 people that are coming over, 7 or 8 people. So I gotta have enough for 8, okay? And what I'm gonna make is, like we did with the pork loin on the other ones, we're still into the other white meat, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice these real thin, I'm gonna pound them out, and I'm gonna make like a pork braciole, okay? And in my braciole, I'm gonna put 3 pounds, I'm gonna make a stuffing for it, and it's gonna be 3 pounds of chopped meat, a pound of ground turkey, and a pound of pork sausage, okay? And then I'm gonna add some other ingredients to it. We're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna saute them off in the pan to brown them. I'm gonna put them in a pan. I'm going to pour sauce on top of it. I got 5 quarts of sauce here. I'm going to put sauce on top of that, and I'm going to bake them in the oven for about 2 hours, okay, low, at like 275, 300 degrees. And then I'm going to serve them with a farfalle, which is a bow tie with lentils. And the beauty of this dish is that I'm making it Saturday early afternoon, and I'm gonna make it and set it all up today, most of it, and to make my day easier tomorrow so I can enjoy the company and my wife's birthday. Okay, so when I come back, we're gonna get started on the stuffing. We're gonna go through this step by step. We're gonna make everything, and I hope you enjoy this because this dish is really, really good. It's gonna have Asiago cheese in it, and I'm gonna make an Asiago cream sauce that's going to go on top of the tomato sauce to give it another layer of flavor. So when I come back, we're going to start with the stuffing. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, welcome back. Okay, we're going to start on that stuffing, but first, you know what I want to do? I want to start to make my lentils. I want to get my lentils done that I'm going to mix with my pasta, right? And what I'm going to do here, let's get over here. Okay, in this pot here, I'm going to make my lentils. So I got a pound of washed lentils. I'm going to put them in my pot. And then right here, I have a quart of chicken stock, which I thawed out from my freezer. If you don't have chicken stock, use a container of chicken stock or from a base or something, okay? But you want the chicken stock to give it that flavor, not just water, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm pouring this in here, and I'm putting in the quart, okay? I spilt a little on the side, so I'm going to dab that up with my sponge, okay? And I'm going to put that on. We want to bring this to a boil, and then let it simmer till the lentils are tender, all right? So now we're going to back up here, and we're going to go into the mix, okay? So there's my 3 pounds of 80-20 chopped meat, a pound of ground sausage, and a pound of ground turkey. They're going in, okay? And I'm going to mix them up, okay? I'm going to mix that up pretty good. Okay, now into this mix, let me rinse my hand off. Into this mix, I'm going to add 5 eggs. That's 1 egg per pound of meat. So I got 5 eggs going in here, right? Okay, I got a tablespoon and a half of chopped garlic. Okay, I got a tablespoon and a half of an Italian blend dry seasoning. That's going in. I got 2 teaspoons of ground sage. They're going in. Okay? I'm going to hit it with a little bit of salt and my white pepper mixture. You remember when we made this? So I'm going to hit it with about 2 teaspoons of that, and we'll taste it and maybe add some more of that. Okay? Then I'm going to add a cup of half and half and about 3 ounces of tomato sauce. Okay? So now I'm gonna mix all of this in. Okay, see this? We're gonna mix this in. And you know something, there's nothing better than using your hand. I'm telling you. Okay? Let's get over here and get. Okay? We're gonna mix it, we're gonna mix it. Okay, we're gonna mix it up really good. Now this is gonna go inside the pounded piece of pork. It's gonna be tied up and we're gonna brown this in the oven. Okay, so let me mix this a little more and I'll be right back. And I mixed that for another minute or so and I got it really nice and mixed well, right? I'm gonna move this to the side. And I want to show you, I got some Asiago cheese here. This is 12-month aged cheese. It's not great cheese, great Asiago, but it's pretty good. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grate half of one of these down and I'm going to put it in with that mix. Okay? So, I'm going to grate it down. I love Asiago cheese. Okay. 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 What I meant to say is that I'm grating this down, one of these down, because I got the other half here. Okay, so this is 8 ounces of cheese. Okay, my lentils are starting to come to a boil here. You see? Let me get another spoon. Okay, my lentils are coming to a boil. I'm going to move them around a bit. I'm going to turn my flame down to medium. And I'm going to put a lid on cracked. Because I don't want it to boil out. Alright, back to the cheese. Okay, so you see this here? Okay, let me finish this up. And all of this is going to go into the mix. Now you know that's 5 pounds of mix I made. And you know something, you know I go big or I go home. So, I'm making a big mix. And the leftovers, I'm going to make meatballs out of it. Okay? So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm making the mix for the pork bracioles, and I'm also going to make some meatballs that I'm going to throw in the freezer and pull out whenever I want them. Okay? So let me get back here. Now I got the mix. Okay? I'm going to put that over here, and I'm going to get all of that cheese, all of this great Asiago. I'm going to taste this. Taste that. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. Okay, I got all of that Asiago on there. I'm going to come back up on top here. And I'm going to mix this in. See that? And that's how simple this is. And this is going to be delicious. And when I tell you something about making these meatballs, I may add just a half a cup of Italian breadcrumbs to them just to tighten them up a bit. But when these cook, they're going to be so moist and so juicy and so flavorful. I guarantee it. So, okay. So you see here, I got this mixed. I'm going to throw this in the refrigerator. I'm going to reset my cutting board up. And then we're going to cut the pork. And I'm going to show you how I pound it down. And we're going to wrap them and tie them. Be back in a second. I'm back. And while I was gone, I cleaned up what I used so far. I clean as I go along so I don't have a big mess to clean up when I'm done. Because again, I got nobody doing it for me, right? So right here, let's check it out. I just took the top off of the lentils. And see how much they absorbed all of that chicken stock? okay? And they're done. They go pretty quick, okay? I'm gonna put the top on them. I'm gonna put them over there to the side. And if there's any liquid left in that, I'm gonna just drain it off when I'm ready to use them. I'm gonna chill them down. I'm gonna put them in another container. I'm not gonna use them till tomorrow, okay? They're gonna go in the farfalle or the bow ties, okay? I got my sauce here that I'm gonna start leaving it on low, and I'm gonna let this get nice and warm, okay? And now, we're gonna do the tenderloin, okay? I cut 2 pieces already, and let me see what I could do here with this to get a better picture in here. How's that? Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm cutting real thin slices of this, okay, because I gotta have to pound it down too, okay, and I need 21 of these. I don't know if I'm gonna get 21 out of this, okay. That's 4. I don't think so. I might have to serve 2 each instead of 3, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna cut a couple more. A little fatty there. Let's see. Now I'm gonna split it. Okay, I got 24 pieces. And when I come back, okay, I'm gonna put these in there. I'm gonna put these on a plate, and then I'm gonna show you how I pound them. Okay, and I have a plate to put all of the pounded pieces of pork on, and I have my tray of all of the pieces that I cut. And do you remember when we did the tips, one of my tips, the bags from the cereal, the nice wax bags? Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use them to pound. Okay, so you take your knife, you go into the bag, and you cut it down the side, and then you open it up from the bottom, like so. And now I got a nice piece of wax paper. Put my piece of pork on, cover it up, and I got my mallet. And I'm not going to beat them really hard. I just want to spread them out so I can wrap that stuffing in it. Okay? If it comes out, you just move it over. Okay? You want to keep them intact. Okay, you see that? That's really a nice cutlet. Right? Nice and thin. Beautiful. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple more, and then I'm going to finish them up, and then we're going to stuff them and tie them. And I'm just going to show you a couple that I'm pounding. If you hit them too hard, you break them apart. You don't want to do that. You know, you want to be able to fold them, okay? Now the little bit of fat that's around there, I had trimmed most of that fat off, but the little bit of fat around that is going to melt off in the 2 hours of cooking that it's going to do in the oven. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more for you, and then I'm going to finish them up, and then I'll be back to show you. Okay, so Now you know why? This is why I want to do all this prep the day before. All I'm going to have to do is put this in the oven when I'm done, and you'll see. And cook the pasta. I'm even going to make the sauce today. And we're going to use the roux that we made from one of the quickies and from an episode that we just made. So, that's why it's always important to make a little extra to have it in the fridge. Okay? Okay? I know this is boring for some that know how to do it. But for others, it's a big help. So, that's why I'm not going to do all 21 of them. I'm just going to do one more. I'm sorry. Just one more on camera. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay. There's my mix. Here's my pork. Here's some butcher's twine. Here's how one of them is going to look. Okay. And I'm going to do about 5 of them for you. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to put them in my pan. I got a pan over here. And I'm going to put them in my pan. And then after they're all done, they're going to get a little browning, like a little saute. Okay. So I'm going to do 5 of them, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do. I do them. Okay. I take my cutlet. I have like a soup spoon. I'm taking an amount of the, whatever amount you like, and this is loaded with the grilled cheese. I mean the grated Asiago in there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm folding it over again. Okay, so I got that folds like that. Okay, now I'm going to take, what I'm going to do? I'm going to do several of them, and then I'm going to tie them, and I'll show you the tying. We'll do this so you get to see this. Okay, a spoon. Okay, we're going to fold it over. We're going to fold it over. We're going to fold it over. And then fold it over again. Okay? Like so. Okay? Let's take another piece. Okay? A spoon of the mix. Okay, we're going to fold it over, fold it over, fold it over, and fold it over. See that? Okay. Alright, another one. Okay, a spoon of the mix. Okay, you don't want to have it bursting out with the mix, and the mix moves around, so you can move it around. So we're going to fold it over. We're going to fold it over, and when you do this, remember, if you got the part with the fat on it still, put the fat on the outside, not tuck it in. Leave it on the outside so it browns a bit. Okay, and then you fold it over. Okay, one more. Okay, spoon of the mix. We're going to take our butcher string. We're going to come under it. We're going to tie it in a knot, not too tight. And then we're going to tie it in a knot again. Okay, we just want to hold it together, and I'll trim all of those off at the end. Okay, then we're going to come under. We're going to tie it in a knot, and then tie it in another knot. Okay? And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissor and just cut them off. And right before service, I'm going to come in there and cut them off when I plate it. Okay, so now we got that. Now I'm going to show you another one. Okay. We're going to come in, tie it a knot, and then tie it in another knot. It's as easy as that, right? Okay, not too tight because you don't want to squeeze the stuffing out of it. Okay. I'm going to tie it in a knot, and then tie it in another knot. Okay. Okay. Let me just show you two more, and then I'll finish them up, and we'll come back and when we saute them. I'm going to tie it in a knot, and I'm going to tie it in a knot. Okay, coming under it. I'm going to tie it in a knot, and then tie it in a knot. Okay, one more. Okay. Nice little packages. Now 3 of these are going to be served to a person, and they're going to be served strategically around the plate with the farfalle and lentils in the middle. Okay, and they're going to be tossed in the marinara sauce, the farfalle and the lentils. These are going to have some sauce on them, and then the Asiago cream sauce is going to be drizzled on top of them. Okay, so there we go, and then we're going to take our scissor and we're just going to cut those ends off. Okay, I'll be back after I'm done with this and clean up, and we're going to saute them. Hey, I'm back, and I gotta tell you, I did these. I got them all done and tied, right? And I gotta say, it was tedious. You know, it's a tedious thing. But the way to get through that is to have yourself a nice cold drink and listen to some good music. You know, that's what we do in the restaurants when we're jamming out a lot of prep work. Okay, so I got my pan on the fire here. Okay, and I got my olive oil, and I'm gonna put some olive oil in the pan. Okay, got it on high. Okay, over here on the bracioles, I'm just gonna sprinkle some onion powder on it. Okay, because there's a lot of seasoning inside, and that's all gonna come out in the flavor of these. And then just a little bit of paprika, because I wanted to add a little bit of smokiness. Just the tiniest of tinies of smokiness. Okay? So, what's going to happen now is I'm going to brown these. I'm just going to brown them. Okay, let me move this stuff out of the way. Let me put this tray over here. Okay? And I'm going to brown them, and I'm going to put them back in the tray after I'm done browning them. Okay, now I smell this, and what I'm going to do is after this, is everything that's in that pan, I'm going to use in the sauce. Now you see that it's smoking. It's ready to go. So I'm going to put these in here. Okay. Okay, I'm probably going to have to do this like 3 times. Where's my towel? There it is. Okay? Now I'm going to brown them up. I'm going to put them back in the pan. I'm going to put my sauce here that I had made, and I got this in season 1. You could scroll down. You could definitely scroll down Facebook all the way down to season 1 and get my marinara sauce or my red sauce, or you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Scott the GRILLMAN GRIPPO Chef, okay? And that has all of the videos on it. Okay, see that? We just want to brown that up, give it a little bit of a head start for tomorrow. Now the beauty of this is that I'm doing this right now, and I'm not going to have to do all of this tomorrow. You know, when I'm done for today. Tomorrow's going to be a half an hour of work and plating it. And that's the way, I like it. Okay? So we're browning those bad boys up. Let me move these down here like so. We're going to do an assembly line type of action. Get some other ones in there. I want all of that stuff. I want it bad for my sauce. Okay? Okay? Now this is the way to do things when you want to enjoy your company. If you want to run around like a chicken without your head, you know, because you know what? No one's helping me. This is all me. I'm the only one doing this, so I don't want to run around like crazy tomorrow. So I'm browning these up. Bottom side up. Bottoms up. Okay, we're letting them cook down, right? This is going to be a dynamite meal tomorrow. It's really going to be good. And the beauty of it is I got enough left over, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a Asiago cheese mixture that I have in there. I'm going to make that into a meatloaf and some meatballs. So I'm going to be able to make like a couple of hoagies out of the meatballs, or heroes as we say in New York and Long Island. And I'm going to have a meatloaf also to go with that. Okay, so let's go back down here. Check this out. Okay, we got these bad boys going. They're coming out of the pan. Okay? See all of that there? That's the fawn. I'm taking the oil out of the pan, putting it in my container over here. Okay? And now, I'm going to deglaze. Deglazing is I'm going to sprinkle some white wine on it. I'm going to put in about 3 ounces. Okay? Now that, see what it's doing? It's taking all of that up. All that stuff that was sticking down there is all coming up. And that's what I want, right? Okay? So I want all of that flavor there. Okay? And now, I have chicken stock here. Okay? I'm going to put in about 2 cups of chicken stock. 2 cups of chicken stock in there. Okay, and we're going to let that come to a boil. Okay, and when it comes to a boil, okay, check it out. It's coming to a boil. Okay, now, you know what? I want that to boil, but I need the space. So I'm just going to stick that on top of that for now. Here's my sauce, right? I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put my sauce all on top of this. Okay, all on here. Okay, look at this. Covering it all. 5 quarts of sauce. Okay? I use it all, baby. I get it all out of here. Let me get a spatula. Okay? I'm sorry that my arm's there, but you know what? I'm a lefty. And this is the only spot that I can put the camera. Okay? Getting all of that sauce out of there. Pretty clean pot. Okay? Okay, so I got all of this sauce in here like so. I'm going to tent this with some foil. I'm going to put it in my refrigerator. And then tomorrow I'm going to take it out 2 hours before I want to serve it and cook it. And then, I'm sorry. Then tomorrow, I'm going to tent it with foil. I'm going to put it in my fridge. So, okay, I'm going to, tomorrow, okay, now that I got this all done, I'm going to put some plastic wrap over it, put it in the fridge. Tomorrow I'm going to tent it with some foil, and I'm going to take it out about a half an hour before I want to put it in the oven, and I'm going to bake it in the oven at probably about 325 in the middle shelf for 2 hours. Maybe 2.5 hours. We'll see how it goes. Okay? Right now, I got this going. I'm tasting it. I want to make sure that I don't get a burnt taste out of that, you know, from the bottom. Because if it did, I wouldn't use it. But it's tasting good. Okay? So I'm just going to let that reduce for another minute or so. Then I'm going to hit it with some heavy cream. Okay? And then in the meantime, I'm going to grate up some more of that Asiago cheese. I'm going to grate up about 5-6 ounces of it. And I'm going to put that in the sauce at the end. That's going to make it dynamite. Okay? Okay, I'm back. And what am I doing? I'm kissing my Asiago. Ha ha ha. Okay, I got that going, that's boiling down. See that? Okay. Where's my heavy cream? Hold on. Okay. Measuring cup. Okay. I'm going to go in with a cup and a half. Cup and a half of heavy. So slow. Okay. Okay, it's not going to look pretty, but it's going to taste damn good. Okay? I'm going to bring that to a boil. Getting up all of that fond. Okay, now over here, I got a pot that I'm going to strain it into with a strainer. Okay, we're going to get this to come to a boil. Wow, that tastes good. And that's just stock, the fond, and some heavy cream. Okay, and you remember our roux? When we made our roux, we got our roux handy. Okay? So we're going to bring this to a boil. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that to boil, let's see if I can get over here. Okay? I'm going to grate my Asiago. That's going to go into the sauce. Okay? And I'm grating it down. See that? Okay? So I got there. This is an 8-ounce brick. So I got here about 5 ounces, 6 ounces of cheese, maybe a couple of more. About 6 ounces of cheese here, okay? I'm going to wrap this up, put it over here for now. I love this cheese. It's absolutely delicious. Okay? Now look, I got this boiling. Okay? Alright, so here we go. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to pour it into my strainer. Okay, putting the pan in the sink, taking my strainer out. See all that crap that I don't want? Okay, that goes in the sink. Okay, I'll put this on the fire over here so you can see it better. Now we're going to let that come to a boil. Okay, and then I'm going to slowly add the cheese in and whisk it in. Okay, so I got the cheese from here, and I'm going to slowly drop it in and whisk it into this sauce. Okay. Now the cheese is going to act as a little thickener on its own. Okay, that's going to melt down in this sauce here. Okay, let me get the rest of this here. Okay, so it's pretty much all melted already. Right? But it's not thick. So I'm going to taste that. Oh my gosh, the flavor in that is unbelievable. That is so good. Okay, we don't want that kind of a boil. We don't want that to boil over, right? So I'm going to pull it a little bit off of the fire, but I want it on high. I'm going to pull a little bit off of the fire like that. I'm going to grab another spoon and my roux. And I'm taking about 2 tablespoons to start. And I'm going to put that in the sauce. And I'm going to whisk it in. Okay? I don't want a very thick sauce, but I don't want a very thin sauce. Okay? Now we went over the roux. We talked about roux many times. And I made them several times for you. So, you go check it out. And I got one coming up that I made in the last episode. So go check it out. Okay, see how that's thickening up? Absolutely beautiful. Let me show you. Let me get another spoon. It's not the same wooden spoon. I have several of them, okay? So I didn't put that one in my mouth and put it back in the thing. See how see that sauce? Look at this. See how it's coating? You see that? See that line? See that? Oh, Jesus. It's not even on camera. Hold on a second. Let me back this up. Okay, see that sauce? Okay. See there? Now watch. See how the line stays there? This is like perfect. Okay? This is going off. That's done. That sauce is done. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to give this a quick cleanup, and I'm going to come back and show you something else.